Right, welcome back everyone. So today I've got a new Hitman video. Quite a lot of people have been asking me about this. People want a tutorial on how flying Napoleon and flying Propane works. There's a few people that do this in the community. We all have our way of doing it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to demonstrate my way of making this work. Hopefully I can sort of convey it in a way that people understand how it works. So we'll start off with a fly propane, and what you're going to need is obviously the propane. So you're going to need to know where the location of the propane is. You're going to need a pistol because we're going to want to make that leak once it's set up. We're going to want a breaching charge, and we're also going to want the micro taser and some coins. So this is pretty much the setup. Yeah, you're going to have to fill all slots, which means you're going to have to use a stash point for this, and I like to put the taser in the stash. So basically we've got our propane. We're going to have our target line up. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to crouch. We're going to kind of line this up, and then once you've kind of got your line up or wherever you want this to go, we're just going to start going down as straight as possible until the propane goes green. We're going to place it. We're not going to move anywhere. We're then going to equip the coins. We're going to do exactly the same thing. So I'm going to highlight it. I'm going to bring it down, and I'm going to want it right in the middle of the propane. So once it's green there, we're going to place that. Then next we're going to want to get the breaching charge, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do a quick turn, and then I'm going to come down a bit. We're going to want to make sure we're not getting too close to it, so you don't want to be like this. What we want to do is we want to come further down. We want to leave a gap kind of about that big, and I'm just going to place it there. Next thing we're going to want to do is we're going to want to make it leak. So we're going to do that. Make sure you're doing it in a place where no one's going to hear that shot, because if someone sees the breaching charge, then we're going to have guards turning up, and then the whole thing's just going to fall to shit. So that's the basic setup right there. So all we're going to do pretty much now is just kind of follow this line. If this is all straight and aiming towards the target that we're aiming for, so I want to be kind of over there somewhere, then I'm going to come straight over here. I'm going to plunk this taser down somewhere, and then we're going to pop that. So now that the taser's gone, what will happen is the propane is going to launch, and if it hits that proximity, then basically the propane is just going to explode on its own without needing to shoot it. I'm probably nowhere near the taser right now, but this is for a quick example. Right, we're going to launch that in the air, and that's flew. Getting the distance right is something you've kind of got to play around with on your own, I guess. Propane's went further than expected, but yeah, that's pretty much how it works. So basically what's happening is the coin is the thing that is actually launching the propane. So if you put one coin down, it's kind of going to arch in a familiar way, and that's you can kind of familiarize yourself with a arch of how it flies. That's why I do it the way I do it. And once you kind of learn that, you kind of get a feel for the distance you want to be setting these things up, which is going to like kind of mitigate the amount of time you're going to spend trying to make this work. If you want to go to real extreme lengths, you can just add more coins in. So I'm just going to put another coin there. I'm going to put another coin there. They're all going to hit that straight. I'm going to put that there. And once again, we'll hit it there. And yeah, add a few more coins in. And here we go. Yeah, goodbye propane tank. So that's obviously went a lot further. If you want to really make it extreme and you want some height, there is a different method to that, and what we want to be doing is putting the coins down first, which I don't do that a lot. Well, I'm going to put 2 coins right next to each other like that. Let's put another coin there. And then... Oh, that worked well. There. Right, so we're going to take the propane. And then what we're going to do is we're going to place the propane right like that. And that's going to give it more height. It's like I say, I don't really tend to play around that way much unless I need the height. But now you can see how obviously that arch has changed massively, and that's gone fucking bye-bye. So you're going to get a lot more height doing it that way, which I don't do it that way a lot, but that's something for people to kind of play around with. So I'm going to come here now. We're going to kind of do this on a straight path for a better example. So let's take the propane, and we're just going to aim straight down there. So I'm going to place that there, and then we're going to take our coin. We're going to place that there. Breaching charge. I'm going to try and keep that as straight as possible. We're going to put that there. People are trying to play games with me, don't you dare. So we've got that set now. I'm going to take the tizzle. That looks like that's going to go a bit more to the right there. So, judging from the distance, I think I might be looking about here. Let's pop that and let's see if it's right. And there we go, that's the example. As soon as the propane hits that proximity of the taser, it's just going to explode, and that's what you're looking for. And that's why I kind of arch it the way I do, because like I said, right there I just sort of plunked it down. I have a familiar feel for the distance. If it gets a little bit more extreme, you really need to start adding more coins in for distance or height. But that's pretty much the basics of it. The rest I kind of leave up to you lot to just experiment and kind of see what you can come up with. Hopefully that's helped, and now I'll move on to Napoleon. And this is a cool one. This is the one I like to use to bring down chandeliers. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the breaching charge. We're going to plunk that there. Then we're going to take Napoleon, and I'm going to put it just in front, like that. And make sure I switch back to the breaching charge, because you don't want to blow the Napoleon up. Basically the aim is to launch this to bring down the chandelier. So what happens when you put Napoleon right in front of the breaching charge is it will launch at a certain distance, then just automatically explode on its own. So that's what we're going to do, and if you kind of get a feel for the height and where to place it, you can get some really interesting kills with it. So I'm just going to kind of launch that there. That's brought the chandelier down and almost killed the NPC. But yeah, that's pretty much how that works. So, right, so another example, and this is the one that I actually used to take the world record for holiday hoarders. So what we're going to do is we're just going to kind of place the breacher. Where we go? We're aiming for that there, right? So we're going to just kind of place the breacher down there. Now this is at the point in time where you want the distance. So I don't want that too close, so I'm going to put it about there. Let's see what happens. I'm going to switch back to the breaching charge, and we're just going to kind of launch it in the air. I don't know if that's going to go in or not. Oh, there we go, it's gone in. So that's now launched right up into that window, and you know, holiday hoarders, the target just kind of locks down in that area. So you can be waiting by the exit, and then you can blow that up there and kill him. And that's like another cool way of using a flying Napoleon to get someone that's out of reach. I kind of like the way that works.
That's weird.
But the real fun is propane tanks. Right, so this is one I did a while back. So we're on a house built on sand right now, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to place Napoleon right on here, and we're going to take the breaching charge. We're just going to bring the breaching charge back a little bit, about there. And the cool thing about this is that we can launch that. So we're going to launch that in the air. We're going to switch back. We're going to keep an eye out. I can use Napoleon to blow the heater from a distance. That's going to cause an accident kill. And this was the one that I did for a house built on sand with a nice little double kill. And basically, Napoleon's got a good amount of penetration that you can blow it from a distance that will either blow heaters or propane tanks to get amazing accident kills, and even through walls as well. So say if you have a propane tank set up on the inside of a wall and you launch Napoleon from the outside and you launch it up to that wall and explode it on impact, that will actually penetrate the wall and blow the propane from the other side, killing the targets, which is pretty cool too. Right, so another example right now is bringing down sands. So I've got the appropriate distance right there.
To take a look at, please.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to launch Napoleon up into the air, and the time is right, bring the sand down, and I'm going to kill the target. That's another amazing way of using Napoleon. Bringing down sands and or fallen objects is another creative way to kind of play around with it. There's probably a lot of creative ways to play around with that kind of thing. Like I say, it's still pretty new to me. I haven't been doing it for that long, but what I've done so far, I'm pretty happy with. I think some of them have been quite impressive, but there's probably still a lot of cool stuff out there to find. So hopefully this is kind of help people figure out how this stuff works, and you can just go out there and give it a go and see what you can come up with, and I'll be watching. I'll be looking forward to it. So you know, don't be scared to try it. It's a lot easier than you think. I had to learn this by myself. I had no one to kind of teach me how to do it, and you can do the same. So just don't be scared and give it a go. Well, that'll be that for the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll catch you on the next one. Geeky out.